Okay, why study space debris? Comets, meteors, asteroids are all leftover material from the formation of the solar system, formed at the same time that our solar system did and haven't changed in 4.5 billion years. And so they're little time capsules that tell scientists what material was like when the solar system formed. Very valuable in learning about how the solar system formed. Now, when we talk about comets, most of you, if somebody said on the news that you're going to be able to see a comet, would say, hey, that's really cool, I'd like to go see one. In the past, comets have been an indication that bad things were going to happen. 66 AD, Nero sees a comet, he burns half of Rome. The Incas see a comet, they have human sacrifices to ward off bad things from happening. 100 years ago, scientists determined that the Earth was going to pass through the tail of a comet, and they thought the tail was made of cyanide gas, so people bought gas masks, they put towels under their door, some people bought comet pills, and some people even committed suicide to try and avoid the horror of being killed by gas from a comet. This was 100 years ago. 1996, in LA, a group called Heaven's Gate, when the comet Hale-Bopp went by, which is the last highly visible comet, they thought it was an alien spacecraft, and that in order to travel on the alien spacecraft, you had to abandon your human body and travel in the form of light. So 21 people killed themselves to travel on this. Our knowledge of comets and space debris has changed quite a bit, but even in recent times, some people don't realize what they actually are. Comets are made of ice, gas, and dust. This is the big thing that allows us to tell a comet apart from anything else. It's made of ice. The tail, and there's actually two tails, but we're just going to call it the tail, is right here. And the tail can be extremely long. It can be 10 times longer than the sun is wide. The coma is located right here. This is kind of a pseudo-atmosphere that forms as the ice and gas is released as it gets close to the sun, because a comet doesn't have a tail unless it's close to the sun. The nucleus, this is the comet. You can't really see it in this image, but that's, if you're talking about what a comet is, the nucleus is that. They travel in these highly elliptical orbits, which means if this is the sun here, they might take an orbit like this. Compared to our planet's orbit, like if this was Neptune, this might be Neptune's orbit. So they travel a long time outside of our solar system, a very short period of time in, because they have such an elliptical orbit. Long period comets, they take greater than 200 years to appear. One that I already mentioned was the comet Hale-Bopp. This was named after the two individuals that discovered it. A short period comet you're all familiar with is Halley's Comet. This one takes about 76 years to reappear inside our solar system. Hale-Bopp's going to be about 5,000. Asteroids are different. You can see they're made of rock. They do, recent radar studies have shown that they might have some ice on them, but still, difference between them, these are made of rock. They're large. They're greater than a kilometer across. Most of them are found in the asteroid belt, and the largest one, Ceres, is actually a dwarf planet. If you took all the asteroids in the asteroid belt and combined them together, they would be about the same size as the moon. Meteors, much smaller. They can be the size of a sand grain to a few meters across, and this is actually what we refer to as a shooting star. A lot of times that shooting star is a sand grain burning up in the atmosphere because they're moving at several kilometers per second. Meteor showers are when we know that the Earth is going to pass through debris from a comet or debris from an asteroid, and it's fixed times every year, and we're going to see larger numbers of meteors than we normally would. The terminology, meteorite, meteor, and meteoroid, works like this. Meteoroid has an extra O in it, so this is when the object is in outer space. Meteorite has an extra E in it, and that's when this object is on the Earth. And meteor would be in between, when it's in our atmosphere.